Happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. Go Denver Broncos. I'm Spencer Henderson, the host of A Study in Celluloid, which you are currently watching. And today I'm going to be talking to you about Jim, the James Foley Story, directed by Brian Oakes. This film is a documentary that tells the story of James Foley, who a statistic said at one point in the movie is that 94% of American individuals are aware of. However, just in case one of you viewers are in the 6%, James Foley was an American freelance journalist who was covering the situation in the Middle East, who was kidnapped and in August of 2014 beheaded by ISIS. However, this movie deals more with his life than with his death, which is honestly what kind of won me over about this movie. I was blown away by this documentary. Documentaries are a love or hate thing with me. I think lots of times they have a message that they're trying to get across. It's part of the style of documentaries as a film. Sometimes I think that they're not near subtle enough. They're a little bit too shoving something down your throat. Even though lots of times it is an important subject. I don't like to be force-fed stuff. I like a little bit of subtlety to what I'm watching. And I didn't feel there was a point in this movie where it's about a 20-minute period where I felt like they were trying to push a message across in the movie. But that was basically it in the entire movie. The movie more emphasized on this individual's life, which is something that watching him as a character, lots of the footage is his own footage of this, him running through Syria or Libya or wherever he was, being shot at or something, and it really gave you a connection to this person, and his family played a very prominent role in the interviews in this movie, as well as his friends, as well as his co-workers, and as well as some of the hostages that he was held captive with in the final months of his life. And the final 45 minutes of this movie are just an emotional powerhouse. Like, it levels you emotionally. I was choked up several times in this movie, and I think that it really made when the hostages tell their experiences with this man, and you really learn more about who this guy was under these traumatic, harrowing situations. It gave me such a respect for this man as a human being that I'm very glad that this story was told, and I think that everybody should watch this movie for that reason alone, that this guy, even though he wouldn't have wanted to be regarded as an American hero, this man truly was. Just like lots of these freelance journalists who go out there risking their lives just because they're passionate about the story they're telling. It really shows you something about the human spirit that I admire so much in people who are willing to put their lives on the line for a story that they care about, for a message that they're trying to inform the world of. And what lots of people aren't aware of is that it is essentially a genocide in the Middle East, and that's what this man was trying to tell. He had such a care for humanity and preserving humanity that he was over there risking his life despite already having been captured before and held hostage, which is a detail I didn't know about this man's life. But yeah, definitely if you get the chance, check this movie out. It's going to be airing on HBO pretty soon here. I think it was the February 9th is when it's going to be showing on HBO, and then it will probably be after that as well. I don't know when this movie will be released on Blu-ray or if it will have a theatrical release as well. But if you have the opportunity to see this movie, please see it. I'd give this film an 8 out of 10. As I said, I think that there was about 20 minutes in the movie where it kind of became a message movie that didn't necessarily bother me. I think that it had to say what it had to say, and it gets its focus back pretty quick. But I think that I was more interested in what the story of this man was rather than what they were trying to like elicit. And I think that they put it in a weird spot in the movie. But yeah, definitely check this out. As I said, it's pretty great. And coming to you from Colorado, I'm Spencer Henderson, and this is A Study in Celluloid. Go Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 50.